Do you hear that? That is the beautiful sound of springtime. Around here, all of the yellow flowers pop out first, and they're just so happy. It's like they're announcing that springtime is here, and the birds are just going crazy and are so excited for this warmer weather and sunshine. I read something this week on a wellness influencer site that really got me thinking. She shared that clinical studies show that just 2 hours of nature sounds a day can reduce stress hormones up to 800% and can activate 500 to 600 DNA segments responsible for healing and repair. That sounds pretty good to me, but that 800% reduction in stress hormones, that's what stopped me in my tracks. Is it true, I wondered? My initial thought was it doesn't seem too far-fetched to me, but I decided to do some digging and to find out what studies really do show about nature sounds. In one study, researchers shared that animal sounds like bird calls and wind sound and water sounds were associated with lowered stress levels and greater joy, and in turn, these effects could help decrease pain, lower stress, and even boost cognitive performance. This does not surprise me since being in nature always makes me feel calmer, but it's fascinating to actually read the statistics that prove it. My marigolds did not come up. I have a feeling I harvested them at the wrong time. Excuse me. So, okay. Try again. We'll try again with dollar store seeds. I don't know. Is that going to be any better? I'm so sad to be using dollar store seeds instead of my own, but I don't know why. I don't know why mine didn't come up. I have a feeling it might be something to do with when I harvested them. I was reading about marigold seeds, and you have to harvest them at the right time, or you could end up having them not germinate, which of all of my seeds that I planted a lot. Of all of the seeds I planted, only one came up. So that's not good. Okay. You. Many people long for more nature in their life, but they live in suburban or highly populated city areas. But one thing I found in my research that is really encouraging and nice to know is that research shows that even if the sounds or the images or the smells are artificial, they can still have a positive effect on our health. So listening to nature sounds over headphones, for instance, has even been shown to help people recover faster from stress, which could be why spas use those beautiful noises in their treatment rooms. I'm going to be totally honest and admit that I never do well growing my own seedlings. In fact, most years I have nothing come up for me and nothing make it actually out to my garden, and I end up going and buying seedlings. So I'm hoping this year I can actually get a few to pop up. I think I'm probably just not the best at putting them in the ideal condition for growth and remembering to water them as much as they need. But maybe this year I'll get a few little plants I can put out in the garden. And while ultimately I would love to be really successful with my seedlings, even when I'm not, it's still such a delight to sit down and plant them and put my fingers in the dirt after a long winter. I've been sick for the last few weeks with a flu or a cold or something that has just been kicking my butt, but I'm slowly but surely getting better, and it feels good to get a few little projects done around the cottage now. It's super cute. I feel like beads. I need beads to hang here. I think that would be really cute. So it doesn't block the light, but so it covers up the ugliness back there. until I make it look cute one day, which may never happen. Okay. Is it cute? Is it cute? Is it cute? I hope so. Oh yeah, I feel like it helps. Helps break it up a little bit. I love it. I have big plans. I feel like this would be super cute in the back of the shelves. Maybe I'm gonna do that tomorrow. Maybe. I feel like I want to paint this back wall one of these colors here. I'm not sure which one. I would say that I've always been pretty in tune with nature and gotten a lot of energy and enjoyment from taking walks and being outside, but I did used to always listen to music when I was taking my walks, and I would stop and look at things and smell the flowers. I would do all that stuff, but there was always music in my ears. So though I could still hear little things around me, I was not tuning in. And I made a shift back maybe last October or so when I decided I really needed to work on my mental health. And I took my headphones off and I have not put them back on. So many sounds come to life in the spring. It's just amazing. Come on, let's go, Char. Yeah, come on. Let's go. Where are you? It takes a lot to get him to actually calm down enough to tune into his environment. So I've given up on trying to take him into towns, which the only reason I was trying to do towns was to help him to get socialized in the hope that he would calm down. Like I don't want him stressed. That's the hope. People were wondering, well, why are you forcing him to go into towns if he doesn't like it? And the reality is I don't want him to be freaked out. But so I've decided to do parks instead. And I'm just gonna pick 2 or 3 parks and do them over and over again, because I've noticed with him, once he knows the environment, he calms down a bit. But until he does, like he literally still can't pee except at my house and his grandmom's house and his best friend Felix's house. Those are the only places he's actually able to feel comfortable enough to calm down and pee. But otherwise, like, you know how most dogs sniff everything, he just can't calm down. He's starting to though. Like I'm so excited seeing him sniffing right now, because normally he just can't. Like normally he just can't calm down enough to even sniff. So I'm excited because I just want him to be a happy little guy. I don't want him to be so stressed out all the time, and I don't want him panicking when people come near. That was another reason why town felt like where to go, because then he'd be exposed to people, because he missed, unfortunately, that critical first year of socialization because it was COVID lockdown. Good boy. Now, normally when I'm sick, the very first thing I do is make myself a giant pot of soup because nothing tastes better, of course, when we're sick than having some nice, nourishing soup. But this time around, I felt so awful I could not make the soup, and I was actually eating soup from a can, something I have not done in a long time. And it was okay. It got the job done, but it was a very good thing when I finally had enough energy to go ahead and make myself my own soup so that I can enjoy it now. Nothing beats homemade soup when you're sick. And so I think what I'm going to do sometime soon is make a big pot of soup and freeze individual servings so that the next time I'm sick, if I'm too sick to make a soup then, I will be all ready with something homemade and nourishing. So good. So good. Okay, soup, heal me. Best part about soup is reheating it the next day, and the day after that, and the day after that. Don't have to cook, and it's so good. I feel like it gets better every single day too. In this soup, I added raw garlic to it and some raw jalapeno to hopefully like clear stuff out of my head, which usually works. But I will say this, if you run into me on the street, you might want to stay away because I have been eating a lot of raw garlic. I might be a little stinky these days. Our challenge this week over on my Patreon is to really listen for those nature sounds and to make a list of the ones that we're hearing either on our phone or anywhere. But I included this little sheet and I've been filling it out this week as I've been listening and hearing sounds that I don't always hear. I am back to the same park where I was with Charlie yesterday, and I realized as we were walking that we're actually walking in the back of the library for this town. And I have not used the library in forever, mainly because I kind of live far away from things, but I decided to come in and get a library card. So I'm very excited. I got some nice books in my little Boho Babe bag. I have not taken books out in forever. So I got that, the book I actually had looked up and wanted to come for. I'm looking forward to making some new habits. Always got to detox your thoughts, or I do anyway. And then my last book, The Joy of Gluten-Free, Sugar-Free Baking. So yeah, that's my haul for today. And now Charlie and I are going to take a walk. His little wiggle makes me so happy. The rain has settled in here in the Hudson Valley, so I've traded in listening for the birds to listening to the pitter-patter of the raindrops.
So I just had to have a little blood work done, which is always stressful, but I decided to take the longer way home. It's not that much longer, but a little longer, and it takes me through a mountain area that is so beautiful. And I decided to actually, there was a spot I wanted to go to and it was closed. So I was like, let me just try coming down here. And I found this really beautiful little spot. I've been here before, but I discovered it today in the rain, and I discovered that it's pretty magical in the rain. So I've been challenging myself this week, and over with my friends over on Patreon, we've been challenging ourselves to really listen to sounds. So today I decided that taking that little detour and adding 15 minutes or so of just soaking in this sound is amazing. It feels really good. These spots around here too get so crowded especially in the fall, because people love to hike here, but in the summer too, they get so crowded. So to come to places like this when there's no one here, and then you really hear the sounds, it's pretty special. And the sound of rain is nice. It's a pretty chilly day. I think it's like 37 or 40 degrees, something like that. It's very chilly, and it's going to be chilly all week and raining all week. So I'm going to just really learn to love that sound. It's going to be here for a while. I mean, how can you not stop and stare at that? That is so gorgeous. Wow. I'm so glad this was open today. It closes when it floods. You can see they put the little markers up because it floods. It floods here pretty often, so it gets closed when it rains. So I'm glad I was able to sneak in, well, I didn't sneak in, but I mean, I'm glad I was able to get in because it's gorgeous. Wow. I also stopped on the way home and got some oregano oil. This stuff is so good. It's better than an antibiotic. At least for me, it's always worked better than an antibiotic. So I'm really hoping it's going to knock out this tenacious little whatever I've got. It needs to go. I can't hear properly out of this ear. It doesn't hurt at all. It's just clogged, and it's driving me nuts, especially on the week that I'm doing like a hearing challenge with myself, or a listening challenge with myself, which maybe that's one of the reasons why that appealed to me, the idea of really trying to listen this week, since for the last 2 weeks now, 2.5, I haven't been able to hear properly, which is making me appreciate being able to hear.
It is going to be raining here for the rest of the week, and I'm not too sad about it. I am loving sitting here, getting my work done, listening to the rain hitting the windows, and I know the flowers are probably pretty happy about it as well. I want to thank you so much for being here and for always being so supportive and lovely in the comments. I would love to know what nature sounds make you the happiest. Leave a comment below, and I hope you all have a wonderful weekend.